In this presentation, we're going to look at book restrictions in Texas prisons, focusing on the most recent policy changes that went into effect on April 1st. I'll go over what the policy is, and then I'll go through the main arguments for and against it, for and against these restrictions. This issue connects to larger social issues like prison safety, access to education, fair access to education, and rehabilitation of inmates as they prepare to re-enter society. In Texas prisons, the Department of Criminal Justice has updated its book policy, saying that inmates can only receive books that are new and softcover. No more used books and no more hardback books will be allowed in prisons. According to the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, this change is meant to prevent contraband from entering prisons. Officials have reported hundreds of cases where drugs and other illegal substances were brought in through books. They reported that there were some cases where people were hiding contraband in the actual hardcover of the book, taking it apart and hiding things inside that hardcover. There are also reports that books were soaked with drugs. Like the pages of books were soaked with drugs so that the inmates could somehow get the drugs out of those books, or hidden in the bindings. Supporters of this policy say that this improves safety for staff and inmates through the consistent enforcement of these rules. They, by ensuring that they're new, they won't have to go through all the pages. They won't have to worry that pages have been soaked with drugs, etc. And at that same token, new books make sure that there's no contraband that can be smuggled in any of that stuff. On the other side, these restrictions limit access to books and education. It takes away both the pleasure of reading and the ability to educate themselves. A lot of inmates are dependent on people sending them books, and a lot of advocacy groups are donation based, meaning that they get all their product from used books. So if it can only be new books, then it just increases the cost so much that certain advocacy groups are not going to be able to sustain what they're doing. As well, certain books like legal resources, law books and textbooks are often hardcover and aren't made in paperback, so that restricts a lot of books for people who are wanting to either try and prove their case, prove their innocence, who might be trying to educate themselves for rehabilitation as they exit prison.